does to you I have at this point, because I know I still have the advantage no matter what. He lost his expansion. I still have my main base. I have tanks, marauders coming out, and he's really not stopping any of my production. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the resources page here, and you can see I do have a lot of minerals. There they go, it's just starting to spend. Food count 48 to 37. The only difference is that I do have an expansion, and I do have my main base still here, as opposed to him who only has his main base and no expansion. So he's trying to make a desperation push here. It's really not going to go his way. I'm going to just speed this up a little bit so you can see what happens. I pretty much massed my army from here, and I just went marauders and tanks, because tanks just eat up roaches, and they do big damage to hydralisks. So it's a really good choice when you're going against roaches and hydralisks to go tanks, marauders, and maybe a couple marines here or there. So you can see these tanks coming in. He's just trying to harass me pretty much. I'm switching back my SCVs. I'm going to fight at this choke point, because this is extremely bad choke point for him to fight at. He's just not going to do much damage here. I'm going to let him fall back and pretty much play the waiting game out with him. I know I have the advantage, and it's very important that you're patient with Zerg. Even though he's building this expansion out here, I mean, it's going to take so long for him to get any saturation out of these minerals. By that time, I will be attacking his base. So you can see that he's just falling back, trying to gather himself again, produce more drones, get more units out to defend, but really my army at this point is just completely overwhelming and completely countering whatever he has. And I'm just going to go ahead and speed this up so you can see that I'm just going to march straight through his base with these marines and tanks here, and it's just not going to be pretty sight for him, because he's just too outnumbered, and the units just counter him perfectly in terms of armor to armor. So he sees what's going on here. He knows that this is a big battle about to take place. I see these overlords just not doing anything. He misplaces them. I'm going to go ahead and get one or two of these overlords, and I'm going to say, let me fight this here. Put these tanks in. I don't even need to put them in siege mode. I don't even have it researched, because frankly they do a lot of damage just shooting on their own, as opposed to converting them to siege mode and, you know, having to worry about defending them. You can just send them all right in there and start focus firing down units, and he calls it good game right there. So overall, last words, insight to the game here. Contain your opponent. If he tries to fast expand, make sure you bunker rush, or you have some type of counter ready in place, whether it's your own expansion. What really hindered my opponent was I took down that early expansion, forced him to build it at 8 minutes left in the, with 8 minutes in the game, and just completely kept building units and massing up units, and he just was unable to outmass me, especially against the marauders with positioned in the front. So make sure you just contain the Zerg, play very patiently with them, especially if you know you have the advantage. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I will be bringing you more. I appreciate the hits, the subscribers, and hope you guys enjoy.